Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother, it's my honor to speak to you. I've been asked to speak at the mosque, and I have three things to reflect. One is to introduce myself, and second, to introduce my connection with the Ghazali group. And last is to speak about the Solidarity group in the UK. My name is Anis Darachma. I'm a Palestinian, grew up in Palestine and in a small town called Tubas. Very small and not very interesting for the Israeli and the settlers. We hardly engage with settlers until recent years. And then when I was 30 years ago, when I was 30 years, I came to South Africa. I wrote my doctorate at the University of Cape Town. Then I worked at the University of Western Cape. Then I worked as a curator and director for Palestine Museum in Cape Town with Dr. Anwar Magyar, who some of you might know. And in 2016, I met Brother Abdel Qadir and Brother Gliakit, because that time we started a conversation between South Africa and the Palestinian leadership in West Bank, Gaza Strip, and Israel, or the Green Line. The Ghazali group supported the Forum for Palestine, and we had two conversations in Cape Town where the Palestinian leadership from the Green Line, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip met together, and that was the first time since 1988. And Dr. Mustafa al-Barouthi was one of them who was visiting South Africa now with us. Then at that time I get to know more about Al-Ghazali and what they do and the fundraising they do and the program, they call it From Hand to Hand. Then I started to volunteer with Al-Ghazali. I went with them, with Brother Liakit, to Jerusalem many times, and we used to go to hospitals and find out who from Gaza who can't pay their bills for the hospital, and then he paid those bills. We went to orphanage in Hebron and Bethlehem, and that was also, we gave them whatever we can, and that made me more believe in Ghazali, what they're doing. And they spread now the support not only to Gaza but also to the West Bank. And for Gaza Strip, I don't know if you know, but any transaction to Gaza, it loses 35%. Any transaction, like even if you want to send to your sister or brother in Gaza, the bank will take 35%. We connected with Dr. Mustafa al-Barouthi, who established since 1997 the Palestinian Medical Relief Society. They work in West Bank, Gaza Strip, and in Jerusalem. And whatever, some of the money, some of the collections we do here, it goes to the society, the Medical Relief Society. And that we made sure that it's like 100%, there's no loss here, because the Medical Relief Group has worked in the three territories, Gaza, West Bank, and Jerusalem, and therefore their transactions works freely without any difficulty. Alhamdulillah, that works perfectly for us, and then there's no loss of money. And I know Al-Ghazali group, they came, when they come to Palestine, they pay their tickets, they pay their hotel, so just to make sure that 100% of the donation goes to the hands, to those who needs. And last year, I encouraged the Ghazali group to visit my town. And there was the most beautiful story I experienced. What happened is that after the October 7, a group, a family from my town, or tribal, they hosted 100 of the young men who works in Israel, 100 Gaza who works in Israel. They provided them the accommodation, breakfast, lunch, dinner, every day until today. And then, at that time, the Ghazali group has some money. We gave them, each one of them, $150. And they used it whatever way they want to use it. Out of the 100 people, the Gazans who are living in Tubas, 60 of them attempt to go to Gaza. About 40 of them succeed, 10 as it were killed, and 10 were imprisoned. Now we still have 40 in Tubas who live with us. Other than the 100, after the $150 we gave everyone, we also gave the host some money. And it turned out, they told me, the host, they says, actually they are facing crisis themselves. Because imagine like you feeding 40 people breakfast and lunch and dinner, they become themselves like troubled for that. I think we passed on $2,000. But for them, they were like so grateful that this money we received, then they can carry on with their support. I'm grateful to be part of the Ghazali group. I feel like I'm doing something relevant because at the end of the day, being a Palestinian, you feel attached and you feel this is your people, and most of the time you can't find a way to support them. And through a Ghazali group, I feel like I'm supporting, I'm doing my effort here. So yeah, that was my story with Ghazali, and we are grateful very much to everyone who donated to Ghazali and to Brother KK and Brother Liaquat. The third thing that I would like to speak to about the solidarity, the Palestinian Solidarity Group in England. In the last 10 years, I moved to England, and one see like million of people marching in London. It's actually not only London is marching, every city is marching for Palestine. And one asks, why is that? Like, what bring like a white person who are not Muslim to support Palestine? And it turned out that it's like become a personal thing for them. The story of Balfour Declaration, the Minister of the UK Minister of International Relations, donate the land of Palestine to Israel, make them feel like responsible. I know a group called Bradford on Avon. They live, it's a town near us. And those people, like, they're picketing for the last 11 years. 11 years on Saturday, they come from 10 to 12, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., carrying the flag and posters of supporting Palestine against the genocide and against all the occupation. And I met a lot of people because I live in a rural area, what I call the countryside of England, which is not London. There is no venue for expressing your solidarity. And people, some of them, they come to me, because I own a restaurant called the Palestinian Kitchen. And they found, in my restaurant, they found the Palestinian Kitchen itself as a venue to express the solidarity. And people come, they want to donate, I direct them to other way they can donate. I mean, there's many ways online you can donate, and then they deal with it. And people come with tears in their eyes. They feel like responsible what happened to us all of these years. And that's genuine, that's not, there's no need for them to do that. And also what happened now, in the last 2 years when the new government came in, it came in through dismissing Jeremy Corbyn by anti-Semitism, and they completely dismissed him. Now he's trying to build up a party. By the end of the day, even those who came in, who would have nothing, who are not associated with the Palestine Solidarity Group, they start to change. Because public there is it's the majority believe in Palestine Solidarity Group. The majority believe that what's happening is genocide, is not anything else. So whoever government step in has to reflect and take care of what the public needs. And that's like in every city in England, you find marches, you find people, even some of the youth are more than march. I associate myself with the Palestine Museum in Bristol. Bristol is a city in England. And at the museum they have a venue that allows anyone to come and to participate. And some of them, there was a youth group that I happened to meet. They went to the army factory in England and they spray everywhere. They try to do something. It's become now in England, it's everyone effort in solidarity. Before October 7, the youth, they were interested in what they're going to do in the weekend. What shall we do? Where we go? What shall we drink? Now, it's the youth interest is which demonstration shall I do? Which group shall I connect with? And that's, alhamdulillah, it's a reward, I think, for all of us, for the Palestinians who've been in struggle all the time. And also for the solidarity to make a shift in the Palestine political discourse, in the Middle East political discourse. What we're experiencing is irreversible. Israel is not going to come back with a reputation that it used to enjoy. And Palestine before October 7, we were something else. People making our story was not on the table. Now our story is on the table, and that's actually because of you, not because of the Palestinian. I mean, we contributed. We just resist and try to stay in our land. But what changed, what caused this shift in the global political discourse is the solidarity group. The simple action you take with carrying a flag or expressing your solidarity or disassociating yourself from Israeli group is what made a shift in Palestine. with this, I conclude my introduction. Thank you very much for listening to me, and Jum'ah Mubarak for everyone. Assalamu alaikum.